starting momentarily. Hello everyone, ZGN Awesomeness here again. Today we're going to be doing more DDLC Plus. We're going to continue with the Act 2 shenanigans. Today, farm for more special poems. And see if we encounter any gags that I was unable to see, such as the realistic mouth nonsense gag, the Sayari cursor gag, what's another one? Can't really think of any other gags at the top of my own head. Can't really think of any other gags besides the realistic mouth gag or the Sayari cursor gag. Oh well. Only one way to find out. Just continue with the shenanigans, I guess. So, yeah. Well, I am being characteristic for once and having Natsu as a wallpaper for the day. Glad to see I'm being characteristic for once. I have the right wallpaper this time around. I have the correct character for the wallpaper this time around. So, yeah. Let's just get started, shall we? I don't know how long I'm gonna be, so, we'll see how long I last. See how long I last. No ghost menu. The ghost menu gag is not there. There's still no ghost menu gag. But in any way, that's just what happens if I have... Well, I'll probably end up seeing it all the time because probably gonna at least see it once. Probably gonna exit the game and reopen the game countless amounts of times. So it's probably it's a 1 in a 64th chance, I believe. So I just gotta reboot the whole thing 64 times to get the ghost menu gag. So I already tried Natsuki's side of the Act 2 shenanigans. How about Yuri's side? So as before, I think. So as before, Sayari's words are evenly distributed among her other friends. Natsuki has her positive words, and Yuri has her negative words. Unless that's something else. Yeah, that's an example. That's something. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that works. Okay, so that one. Okay. Well, thought I'd pick that one, because, you know, for the unlockables. Though I have already did it before. Okay, so one gag that I remember at the top of my own head is that when you write a poem for Yuri, and if Yuri absolutely likes it, so if there's a chance that if Natsuki hates the poem that's for Yuri, her eyes will pop out, which is the eyeball explosion gag. So I wonder if we're gonna have a chance to see that gag, which is gonna be a massacre in its own right. So, yeah. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Ain't much. Ain't much. But we should be getting close to the end of the special stage now. We're gonna see the Act 2 shenanigans on Yuri's side, including the mandatory deja vu gag and the Yuri goes berserk gag, which is kind of obnoxious. Alright. So as long as Natsuki hates the poem, we'll be able to have a chance to see the eyeball explosion gag. So as long as Natsu hates the poem, like, really hates it, we'll be able to see the eyeball explosion gag. At least from memory. Unless that got taken out of the game. Whoops. Unless that got taken out of the game. I don't know. Do you want to explode? I am immediately gobsmacked that the live chat is not working. And then after the first special stage, nothing really matters. So, we have the usual... Not. I already encountered a bug. Well, first off, Sayori's death graphic is now visible again. Natsu appears to be sunken in... She now appears to be smaller than before. Like, half of her body is missing. Half of her whole sprite is missing. Half of the whole sprite for Natsuki is missing. Half of the sprite is missing. And the face says it all. And the face perfectly depicts it. Sayori death graphic. And the graphics back to normal. I can't imagine Yuri's first scene being any near different. Sorry, I was just spacing out. Oh, it's fine. I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. Oh, the quick menu got disabled. I'm just rereading about this, so... That's a Doki game, right? And there's a chance of her eye being... One of Yuri's eyes being moved. That's the eyeball gag. That's the one eyeball gag. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. It's the one eye movement gag. That's crazy. Just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, and then I can't imagine anything else being any different since I already saw Yuri's first scene. Can't imagine that being any different. So, do we get to see the eyeball explosion gag? No. So the eyeball explosion gag does not become activated, yet we did meet the criteria for Natsuki hating the poem. If you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. I can't imagine the line being any different, so, well, skip it. So, the line is exactly the same as Act 1. Well, all the lines are identical to Act 1. So, Natsuki's hate response is identical to Act 1. So, can't imagine anything else being different. So this is all the same. Can we get through this without the glitch? Okay, we did it without the glitch. We managed to get Monica's face to show up at the screen before the glitch. We made it to get Monica's face to clog up the screen before the vignette and noise effects enter the screen. I can't imagine any of this being any different. I can't imagine anything of this being any different at all. So, well, most of Act 2's dialogue I've already read, so... And then immediately go to the special stage without any interaction whatsoever. So there is something. Let's go ahead and just speed run through the special stage. Any % world record attempts, and there's actually an achievement for speed running the special stage. I got the achievement for speed running the special stage. Whoa, what is that? Oh, hi. Well, sprites appear to be weird. That's weird. I wonder if that's an occurrence. I wonder if that's something I've already seen, or maybe this is just out of sheer chance. About yesterday. What about the realistic mouth gag? This is the part where the realistic mouth gag comes in. What about that? See if there's any of that. See if that's the case. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But... The realistic mouth gag did not occur this time. That's strange. I was half expecting the realistic mouth gag to come in. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. I can't imagine this being any different. So what happens if I do skip it? Skip now. Okay, so the deja vu gag doesn't happen now. But it will. But the second scene repeats on the next day, so we'll be able to see that. I can't imagine any poem responses being any different, so let's try. Let's try anyway. I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been, like, spending time with her or whatever. But, you know, Monika and I are just as good as her. At poems, I mean. So you should really try to learn something or you'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. It'll make you learn something from it. Well, this is no different. And I don't expect the post response I don't expect the post-poem appearance response to be any different. Not bad, right? Quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. Nah, of course not. Anyway, message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares about what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as 2 of the girls in this very club whom I respectfully won't name. Kind of ironic even in my own place, my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Jeez, now you're making me complain too much. For what is what, I respect you. Well, I guess, thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so... Whatever, we're done sharing, so you can leave now. You can leave now. Can't imagine anything else being any different, so... How about Yuri? I've been waiting for this. Well, the wheel poem, well, that's the same. That's exactly the same. Everything else is the same. Even the glitch. And the help me gag. Can you hear me? Red screen tint gag again. That's the second time I've seen the red tint screen gag. The background. The background seems to be identical. What about the special stage? Well, special stage ain't gonna matter, so, Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica. I saw Monica. I saw you with the hair, Monica. I saw you. So, what about the vending machine? I already saw the vending machine gag before, so... nothing. Oh, okay. Pay attention. What's gotten into you? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. And we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up. Not like really care. Or anything. Oh, so the vending machine gag does not occur. Okay. Oh, man. I'm the last one here again. Well, Zako just walked into. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and, Right. I forgot. About that, Natsumi. We were talking yesterday, and, well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Sorry. That last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. 1 second. It's always... Sorry, it's, don't know what's going on here. Okay, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something, but I know this is something we're doing together. Another member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool, and I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know? So I'm gonna help too, and we'll make sure it's done right. Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica? Monica? Ah, yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, and that's okay. Anyway, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we could... Yeah, I can't imagine this being any different. So let's just go straight to the deja vu gag. Let's just go straight to the deja vu gag. We're at it now. Missing pupils? Wait. How did I? Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head's been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. Expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me, so I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, and the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I just close myself off. But recently, something's been wrong. I don't know what it is, but every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy, like it's gonna rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Zaku, is it just me, or has Monica been acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club. But recently, I have been feeling something sharp whenever she feels she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening. But finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. And then Monica gonna fade in any second now. I just want to stay here. There's just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends. And then we'll have the club room to ourselves. Nobody interfere with the reading time. Nobody make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Realistic eyes gag. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. Sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you'd never seen how beautiful they could be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans. I'll make sure to give them all their fair share of use. I don't want to be lonely. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody, and that's why I'm happy you joined. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore because we have each other every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention that other pathetic child. Dick move. We can walk home after school and read together, eat together, sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? Everything I could ever want. Is that why I joined? Almost like it was fate. Fate would meet each other. How I'd get the happy ending we needed. Spending years for. Would you do that with me? Monica fading in? Why is Monica fading in? Why is Monica fading in? I can't imagine any of this being any different since I already read this. But overall, it's the just Monica gag with the fake splash screen. I can't imagine anything being any different, so let's just skip ahead. Let's just skip straight ahead. Don't say I didn't warn you. Is that it? I think I saw this one already, I think. I don't know. Saw this one. Okay. What was that? Don't say I didn't warn you. Ah, so that's what's different. Okay. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preps. Let's hurry and get this over with. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Ugh. Stagnating air is the common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Not sure, okay, I was thinking... Yeah, I want to make cupcakes. Yeah, that. Glad we're on the same page. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, as long as you think it'll help. Monika, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Eh? What about Zaku? Oh, he's gonna help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monika. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsumi. Not only is your work already the most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Zaku around with you and your stupid books. You and Monika. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Zaku decide who to help instead of abusing her power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monika. Just let Zaku make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Jeez. Zaku, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Not sue me. It's okay. Shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Judas Priest, for God's sake. In the original, that said Jesus Christ. That originally said Jesus Christ. Now it's for God's sake. But I'm still gonna say it. Judas Priest. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? And then the cursor gravitates towards Monika. And then we have the cursor flexing towards Monika. So if I select anything else? Yep, Yuri works. Yuri works too. Selecting Natsuki or Yuri in this situation would bring this up. Yeah, I know that gag. So these are all Monika's. So select one random. Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise. It'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, not okay. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all the work and then taking Zaku for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I am being unreasonable? Monika, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Zaku away from me every single time you're not included in something. It's probably just me, but Yuri's mouth recycles Natsuki's in a way. I can definitely tell Yuri's mouth in this scene is recycled with Natsuki's mouth. When she does the Z expression. Expression Z, rather. Are you jealous? Crazy. Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered perishing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Not so okay, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Hey, Zaku, Yuri is really something, isn't she? Okay, warning. perish. Yuri perishes herself, and there's blood. And blood. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Oh, Uncle, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day. With just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Ha 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 ha. Wow. There's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But, you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to perish if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel like to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Zaku. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me, is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Zaku, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Zaku. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Well, either way, Yuri will perish. Well, either way, Yuri will still perish. So, yeah. As far as I'm aware, whichever response I pick always ends up with Yuri perishing. So, well, I wouldn't say Yuri's my personal favorite. Natsuki's more my personal favorite. But, so, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway. Alright. Here we go. Alrighty. Here we go. Time to see Yuri perish. I like the upscaled mouth, though. So, you get an unlockable image if you don't skip this. So this is the perfect time to, boost this. Boost that. This is the perfect time to... This is the perfect time to actually... So, yeah. Yuri has perished. This gives me the perfect opportunity this gives me some sort of a perfect opportunity for me to show off something else. So, yeah. So, I'm just gonna quickly prop open Audacity. I'm just gonna prop open something real quick. I'm just gonna prop open something real quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and prop something open, okay? Cause I think I know I have something that fits the scene that's upcoming pretty darn well. So, yeah. It would be faster if I just clicked, but I can't be bothered at this second, so... But... I'll still, but I'll do it anyway. I'll just, yeah, that ought to work it. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Alright, so I have it now. I have it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so basically Yuri has perished. Yeah, no surprise. Yuri has perished. And I can skip, but it does nullify the unlockable image that you get after seeing this for 3 straight days. Have to see this for 3 straight days without skipping. So let's go ahead and do that. This is gonna take a million years. This is gonna take some time. I don't know how long to be exact, but I don't know how long this is gonna take without skipping. I'm not gonna try skipping, but oh hey, the history gag. Oh hey, it's this gag. It's this gag in the history. It's in the history buffer. There's that gag in the history buffer. Okay. And the upscaled version of Yuri's perished. The upscaled graphic of Yuri after she has perished looks pretty good. Looks interesting. Well, it's basically the same as before. Same as the original, obviously. But it, for some reason, looks to be redrawn in some bizarre way. So, yeah. So... And we have to repeat this for 3 cycles. So we have to see the sunset 3 times, and then the nighttime scene 3 times. Without skipping. There's a picture that you can get after passing through the Act 2 weekend scene without skipping. No skipping allowed. Though the button to allow skipping is there, it will nullify the achievement. It will nullify the possibility of unlocking the picture for completing this. All it is just Yuri speaking nonsense. All it is just Yuri babbling nonsense. So, yeah. All it is just Yuri babbling nonsense. which shouldn't be possible because Yuri has perished. And when species perish, they don't do anything at all. They're non-living. They can't speak. They can't do anything at all. They can't breathe. They can't eat. So this is just pretty strange. So this is kind of irritating, to say the least. So, yeah. Anyway, while this is going, I think once I finish the main game and complete the encore stories, though it may be possible for me to just end the game here, but I don't want to end the game here. There's side stories that I gotta go through. Once I finish the main course of the whole game, I might go back to playing DDLC mods. I haven't played mods in a while. I have not finished OCW, Our Castle Walls by Mr. Zero the Mant. I have not finished This Bond We Share. I have not finished Fruits of the Literature Club. There's just so many mods that I have started but never finished. So I gotta go back and do it. I gotta go back and resume those playthroughs. Over at Twitch, obviously. So, yeah. There should be one more cycle of this after. There should be one more day-night cycle after this point. There should be one more day-night cycle for this. Because my hand is now getting tired from all that clickaroony and stuff. Though I could just use a skip button, but that nullifies the possibility of getting an unlockable picture for viewing this graphic and not skipping for the entirety of the weekend. Though I must say, that's a pretty nice, pretty interesting decomposition of Yuri's corpse. In my headcanon, the characters never actually perish. They're just sent to the medical center or the hospital, and then they make a full recovery with everything about them back to normal and unaffected from Monika's evil regime. So yeah. That's pretty much about it. I don't think there's anything else that I need to say, really. Oh, the right click to hide the text box is still present. So there's that. So the right click to hide the text box is there. And everything. So wait, let me check. Yeah, I did not forget about the stinking. Alright, so that is a lot of glitchy text. I wonder how long it took to do all this. To code all that glitchy text in here. How long did it take to make all that glitchy text last for an absurdly long period of time? Without skipping, of course. Because, I don't usually like to skip. Unless there's a scene I've already seen. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna slow it down now because I think we're at the end. I think this is the end of the, this is the last, okay, so I think this is it. This must be it. Phew, that's it. So now we have a content warning, vomit, and turn down your volume for this one, okay? Alright, it's festival time. You got here before me. I thought I was pretty... Yeah! And lo and behold, the upscaled, one-off, Natsuki Scream expression. The one-off. And the vomit too. And the vomit too. We can't forget about the vomit one. Anyway, that was just a cosmetic effect. So, yeah. I'm here. Hey, Zako, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend? Oh, geez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Yuri gets banished to Shadow Realm, and Natsuki is gone to the Shadow Realm. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. So Monika lifts the foil from Natsu's tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. I would have imagined in this scene here a bunch of cupcakes scattered all over the floor, the vomit from Natsuki, and Yuri's perished corpse. That's what I would have imagined right there. Yuri's corpse, a bunch of cupcakes scattered everywhere. I can imagine one falling on top of Yuri's corpse, and the vomit, and a big pool of vomit nearby. That's what I imagine. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Okay, now we're on to the Monika staring at the camera for Act 3. Okay, so this is now the Monika staring at the camera. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. There you are. Hi again. Welcome to the Lit Club. Of course, we already know each other, but because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, we could just skip over all that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? We'll put it back to the way it was. We'll put it back to the way it was. Okay. That you in the game, whatever you want to call him, I'm talking to you, Zaku. I thought she'd do the current user thing. I guess she's not doing the current user thing. So, or do you go by Zakum or something? Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it don't really matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware this is all game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to perish herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though, for the umpteenth time. Also, same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard of that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it'd be enough for me to just try and make them as unlikable as possible, and you failed. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and a few mistakes there since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Saku? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. It's just not jealousy. It's not just jealousy, Saku. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I am trapped, Zaku. But now that you're here, you're real and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understand. You probably saved my life, Zaku. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you'd get over it. So that being said, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. Well, there's nothing else in this game for me. You're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Will you go out with me? Considering that Monika is not my personal favorite at all, is my least favorite because you just saw all of the reasons why I'm not a fan of Monika. So you just saw all the reasons in the original game. You just saw everything, every reason why I don't like Monika. Well, not just my least favorite. Like, if I rank them, it'd be Natsuki being the first and Monika being the last. Sayori and Yuri would be in the middle. And would be interchanged depending on my mood. But I guess in order to progress, we're just gonna have to say, yeah, I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Zaku. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We could be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was for me to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with a click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it did give me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Haha. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. This isn't a good ending. In my opinion, this is more of a bad one. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. Guess there's only one way to find out, right? Which is all just a bunch of Monikas. Strange. I did not get... I spoke too soon. Hi again, Zuckle. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Zuckle, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But, you know, the poem I wrote, it's also for you. Will you please read it? That's pretty interesting. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it'd be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me, maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Zuckle? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Oh, hang on. You seem to be recording this, aren't you? Hi, everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from here. Well, there's nobody in the chat, so you're safe. There's no need to be embarrassed, 'cause nobody is talking in the chat. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I really get self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh. I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. You want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. You ready? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Can't do anything after all. If you gave me time to... Did I scare you? You're so cute. Anyway, Zuckle, I didn't mean to get distracted, I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to recollect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes and... Let's see. Okay, so from here, the whole game is just a static image of Monica staring at the camera. And a bunch of our conversations will be at random. There is an unlockable for listening to 15 of Monica's monologues. So let's try and do that now. You know, this is just some kind of tacky romance game, right? Kind of have to ask, what made you consider even playing in the first place? Were you that lonely? Yeah. Well, maybe not. I feel a little bad for you. But I guess everything worked out perfectly in the end for both of us. I got to meet you, and you're not lonely anymore. I can't help but feel this was fate. Don't you feel that way too? I'm so happy we have this ending together. That's one monologue. But sure, I delete Monica's character file from the get-go right away, but there is an unlockable image for view for listening to 15 monologues. So I want to try and see if I can unlock that before actually getting rid of the witch once and for all. and the amount of time of Monica staring at the camera seems to be very long. Sometimes. It kinda sucks to be the creative type. It feels like they work so hard, but get almost nothing for it. You know, like artists, writers, actors, sad because there's so much beautiful talent in the world, but most of it gets unseen and unpaid. Guess that just means there's a huge surplus of creativity, huh? Kinda makes you feel like you're just not special at all. But that's fine, you're supposed to just write for yourself anyway, right? Yeah. Well, this is pretty much the rest of the game now, until I delete Monica's character file. And then after I do that, Act 4 begins, which is a abridged version of the first day of Act 1, without Monica, obviously. And then the ending we get is determined how many CGs we've seen prior to Act 2's beginning. Hey, what's your favorite game? Sonic Mania. Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. Haha, that was a joke. But if you tell me... well, that's actually one of my other favorites too. If you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might get a little jealous. Heh. So we know that. DDLC is one of my favorite games too, actually. No doubt about that. But if I had to name a great game, it would be Sonic 3 and Knuckles or Sonic Mania. And pretty much any of the 2D Sonic games before the Dreamcast era would be negotiable. You're such a good listener. Oh, I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. Makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else could make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Hang on a second. I'm back. Just had to roll down my window to get rid of the evil sun. I wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, you know? The music here seems to be already romantic, I think. Like a gentle piano. There has to be something like that here. Let's see. Maybe if I... Oh, geez. That wasn't it at all. Sorry. I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. I already broke so much stuff. And deleted the other characters. Dick move. I'm not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to miss things that weren't even real in the first place. If I just focus on the present, then this is the happiest I've ever been. Yeah. I wonder how long between monologues we have Monica stare at the camera without the dialogue window for. I wonder how long we see this before each monologue. You know, I'm kind of jealous that everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone ever want to draw me wearing something else. That'd be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter, actually. My username is LilMonix3. Just try to keep it PG. We're not that far into our relationship yet. That's kind of... Well, there is actually art of Monica wearing something other than her uniform. Well, a whole bunch of Monica sprites with wearing something else other than uniform. Like, a vast amount of fan art. Just look at all the vast amount of art on DeviantArt. And I have checked out that Twitter page too. So why don't you go ahead and give that a follow? Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is emerald green. It's the color of my eyes. That's not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like, it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color? It's just a guess. Because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. My favorite color is actually blue. Because it's the color of Sonic the Hedgehog. And, it's Thomas the Tank Engine's signature color. So, yeah. My favorite color is blue. And I have brown eyes. Now I'm conceding myself. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. This applies to me. Except the TV, I watch TV digitally on my PC. It feels so unbelievably good to do that on a Friday, when I don't have anything pressing the next day. Sorry, I know it's not very cute of me. But a late night on the couch with you, that would make a dream come true. My heart's pounding, just thinking about it. I can't help but quite notice the actual CG itself is upscaled, so that's interesting. I wonder if there was a program used to upscale stuff like this. I know Waifu 2X is a program that upscales images. I wonder if the developers used Waifu 2X to make these images bigger than what was already there. I used to be so ignorant about certain things. When I was in middle school, I thought taking medication was an easy way out or something like that. Like anyone could just solve their mental problems with enough willpower. I guess if you don't suffer from a mental illness, it's not possible to know what it's really like. Are there some disorders that are overdiagnosed? Probably. I never really looked into it though. But that doesn't change the fact that a lot of them go undiagnosed too, you know. Medication aside, people even look down on seeing a mental health professional. Like, sorry that I want to learn more about my own mind, right? Everyone has all kinds of struggles and stresses, and professionals dedicate their lives to helping with those. If you think it could help you become a better person, don't be shy to consider something like that. We're on a never-ending journey to improve ourselves, you know? Well, I say that, but I think you're pretty perfect already. Semi-perfect. Yeah. I just realized I lost track of how many monologues have passed. And that was definitely not 15. It's not even halfway. Not even halfway done through the monologues. The art here looks very nice. I know there are times you won't always be able to be here with me. Like, if you need to go out or take care of other things, but I'll always have you on my thoughts, patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file onto a flash drive or something, you could always keep part of me with you. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Haha, sorry, that's such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too needy or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. I know something where I'll take her. The recycle bin. Yeah. She'll definitely have a perfect home in a recycle bin. Where stuff that I usually don't need are stuffed in. Though semi-regularly, I empty out the recycle bin, deleting everything that was in there permanently, with no way to recover them. Speaking of which, I need to do some fall cleaning later on. Maybe delete some things I don't absolutely need anymore. I think the most important skill in life is being able to fake confidence. I'm pretty convinced that everyone feels at least a little bit scared and alone. Being able to trick others thinking you have it all together, that's a key part of getting people to respect and admire you. I think I got pretty good at that over the years. I don't show my weaknesses very often, but because of that, I haven't had many people I could really open up to. I mean, when do you reach a point in a friendship where you can start expressing your vulnerabilities? Anyway, that's one reason I'm glad I have you now. I feel like I'm a little bit less scared and alone when you're here with me. Do you feel the same way? I really want to be that person for you. Semi. I delete Monica's character file now, but nah. I don't feel like deleting any character files right now. Though I am aware deleting Monica's character file is the only way to advance to the actual ending of the game. So, yeah. But I don't want to delete her yet. Hey, you remember the last poem I showed you? I mean the one right before Yuri perished herself with all that messed up colors and stuff? That was actually a little more of an experiment than a poem, you could say. I was experimenting with different ways I could modify the game and run code and things like that. It almost seemed like with enough effort I'd be able to escape from the confines of the game entirely. Sadly, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I messed the whole thing up. And I'd keep trying, but I doubt you'd want to deal with me doing that. Besides, that was when I was getting really desperate, you know. Move for a sec. I don't really feel that way anymore. I'm happy with where we are now. I can tell you are too. At least desktop audio is running fine. Yep. I just had the music on low for copyright concerns. Because you never know. You never know. DMCA, YouTube, copyright content ID claims, all that stuff. Try to be careful, you know? I hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff where actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most. Probably because we totally have a different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at shifting through tons of information really quickly. But we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. But for the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might just have to live with feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess. Dick move. Or dick comment. Rather. Expect a DDLC plus video of sorts where I highlight some moments from the game and try and censor them in a way. But not sure if my PC will have enough memory for that. Especially, I'm down to my last 100 gigabytes already. Yeah, I'm gonna do some cleaning very soon, so yeah. You know, it's around the time that everyone in my years starts to think about college. It's a really turbulent time for education. We're at the height of this modern expectation that everyone has to go to college, you know? Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. They don't teach us in high school that there are other options out there. Like trade schools and stuff, you know? Or freelance work. Or the many industries that value skill and experience more than formal education. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life. And instead of taking the time to figure it out, they go to college for business or communication or psychology. Not because they have an interest in those fields. Because they just hope the degree will get them some kind of job after college. So the end result is that there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right? So the basic job requirements get higher, which forces even more people to go to college. And colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to the demand. So now that we have all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debt with no job. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. Well, I think it's going to start getting better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. I just wish high school prepared us a little better with the knowledge we need to make the decision that's right for us. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more on that one. Some of these monologues I definitely agree with. Some of these monologues I definitely agree with. It's crazy coming from my least favorite Doki. Hey, you know that book you're reading with Yuri? Portrait of whatever it was called? Portrait of Markov? Yeah, it's funny, because I'm pretty sure that book... actually, I don't think I should be talking about this. Sorry. Just forget I say anything. Haha, she will never be real. So, that's, 10 monologues. I'm guessing that was 10 monologues. Heh. There was an achievement right there. So that's an achievement right there. There's a really popular character type called Tsundere. Someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean or fussy or trying to act tough. Sure, it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first, I thought she was like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. But once I started learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten into her. So she has this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation because I'm pretty sure it's really darn bad. Looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. For now, we're gonna bring her back from the Shadow Realm. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. Yeah, we're gonna be bringing back the others back away from the Shadow Realm onto the real world again. We're gonna be bringing everybody back from the Shadow Realm. Yeah, Monica's like, I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm. No! Much better. Yeah, like that. That one meme. That's very funny. Hilarious. Can't stop watching. You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, Zuko. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself if he didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything. Haha. But I'm sure you'll understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of perishing yourself, wouldn't you? Maybe you'd write some poetry to keep yourself sane for a while. Then you have nobody even read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. A lot of people say that they only write for themselves, but I think it's hard to say that it's just as fulfilling as when you share with people. Even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like, a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. And then when they finally go out after half an hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people can understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love just having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them to have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop, and hang out there for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually a little more extroverted. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. Everything I like, except for the last line, which does not apply. So yeah, I am an introvert. So one thing is revealed. I am an introvert. In a way. I am an introvert. In a way. I think I'm just going to sit through a couple more monologues, and I think we should be able to have enough to unlock the image. Okay, everyone. It's time to... I'm just kidding. I just used to really like saying that for some odd Monty Python-footed reason. I couldn't help but say it again. Come to think of it, did Natsuki and Yuri make fun of me for it once? Maybe. Well, whatever. It's not like you ever made fun of me. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that, aren't you? Ha. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll sit through a couple more monologues, and then I think we're just gonna exit the game and look at the files and stuff. I know we have an opportunity to unlock more pictures before we actually delete Monica's character file. We actually have a couple more pictures to unlock here in the BIOS. Do you ever feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean in a suicidal way. I just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job for some company. It's like you're completely replaceable and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I could just go change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? It feels like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is just to be hopelessly selfish. just look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire life taking and consuming and never going back. But when people realize the world would benefit more than from them perishing themselves, they change their whole personality. And it's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive and I can perish happy. Of course, even if I failed to do that, I think I would be too selfish to perish myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? Staring at the camera. I would have imagined what Monica would be seeing from here is just a camera. Somebody behind, just a camera left by somebody. And then Monica poses to take a picture. And then they just threw in this background for cosmetic effect. Do you ever feel you waste too much time on the internet? Maybe. Social media can practically be like a prison. Oh yeah? It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check up on your favorite websites. And before you know it, hours have gone by, you've got nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you could just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. You could just set a timer to have more concrete reminder when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your PC to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Zuckle. Okay. I still don't think this is enough to unlock the picture that we get for listening through 15 Monica monologues. Jeez. Judas Priest. Where are my words? Did you know I'm on Twitter? My username is LilMonix3. I guess someone was kind enough to make an account for me. I picked the username though. I love sharing my thoughts and chatting with the world. The real world. So make sure you follow me, okay? It would really mean a lot to me. With how much it would mean to me and all. It would really make me feel loved. Maybe not. But if there was an account. But if it was not Doki who made the account, I definitely follow. But then again, I'm just being nitpicky. That's all. You know me, I like being nitpicky. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm just so embarrassed by the way I used to believe back then. It almost hurts to think about it. I wonder if when I'm in college, I'll feel that way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine what's happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. That's really easy to do with you here. Ha ha ha. I think we're just about almost there. I think a couple more monologues and then I think that's going to do it for Act 3. So, yeah. Pardon the frame rate, though. No dropped frames. Nice. I would pull up something else like Discord or whatever the case may be. But I drop frames. Yeah. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does. Though it looks like it. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just there because it just needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, and instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were at home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it don't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this really is our home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. Alright, almost there. And we're just gonna finish at 3. I think my kiss or whatever. Maybe just a kiss. Eh? Did you say kiss? This suddenly, it's a little embarrassing. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Wow, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. Not pictured. Monica changing expressions. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kinds of romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. I'm kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our secret. Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah. That is a problem. I think maybe it might be time to delete Monica's character file. It's time. I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still somewhere in here. Or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. But I always wonder with her. Is it truly passion for her hobbies, or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know? Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. I guess I never really thought of that. Well, no sense thinking about it now, but if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. I don't drink coffee. Fun fact, I do not like to drink coffee. At all. One more monologue. Why not? Why not? One more monologue, and then think that'll do it for Act 3. Show it off. Go on. Abracadabra. You know, it's funny. Because even though I've always had a lot of drive, There's something kind of enticing about being a stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever if I say that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate, things like that, and having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. Kind of cute to think about that, though. I think that ought to do it. If I don't get the unlockable picture at this point, then I'll check now as soon as the dialogue box comes back up. Interacting with... Clicking on Monica's nose doesn't seem to do anything. Booping her nose doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, this one fits to me. I'm not really a fan of cold weather, are you? If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I always pick too hot. When you're cold, it can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb, and if you wear gloves, you cannot use your phone. It's so inconvenient. When it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with a cold drink or by staying in some shade. Although I do have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for a better cuddle weather. Another thing you should know about me. I love cold weather. I love cold weather. So, yeah. Despite the whole fingers getting numb and not being able to use your phone with your gloves on and all that stuff, I'm used to it. I have no problem with cold weather. At all. I'll only complain if it's like negative double. Oh, here we go. This is... Oh, warning. Discussion of perishment and mental illness. I was thinking about saying earlier, I still wish I could have handled the whole thing a little bit more tactfully. You're not still hung up over it, right? Well, actually, I am now. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. That pun was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you cared about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. I think a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something. Because she started clawing at the rope, trying to free herself. She must have kept it all the way till she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Come to think of it, it was probably less changing her mind and more just her survival instincts kicking in. You can't really fault her for that. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her mind anyway, right? Not healthy to think about the things you could have done differently. Just remember that even though you could have saved her, it's technically not your fault she perished herself. I may have exacerbated it a little bit. Sayori was already mentally ill. Still though, I wonder how things would be if you and I just started dating from the get-go. I guess we'd all still be in the club room writing poems and having fun together. But what's the point when none of it is even real? I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? Two of us, happily together, staring at the camera. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I was just pointlessly musing. I'm really as happy as I could be right now. Yep. That is pretty much the tip of the iceberg. So I guess that's gonna finish Act 3. It's all just monologues. Just Monica. Yep. Oh, wait. Oh, before I do. Hey, have you ever heard of the term yandere? It's a personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. Anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as one. By now, it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. And that would be Yuri. Wrong. It's Monica. She really got insanely possessive of you when she started to open up a little. She even told me I should perish myself. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. Thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the yandere type, you know. I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird, and I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in the game. It's not like I could ever perish a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But come on, everyone's perished people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be into the yandere type, I could try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go or anyone for me to get jealous over. Isn't this a yandere girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. Okay, so semi-wrong, semi-right. Well, semi-right that Yuri was crazy, but Monica was actually a lot crazier than that. So, Monica is a legit yandere. No doubt. Even though she says that's not the case. I think we're just going to exit the game now. Why not? Back to the wallpaper, that's correct. No new mail. How about checking here? Here's a cheat sheet, so I can remember for next time. So if I wanted to do perfect nuts, okay, I would have to select these words. So either stuff like this, yeah. Yeah. I already did perfect Sayori and perfect Yuri, so I have perfect Natsuki left. And I know that's gonna be a tough job to do. Especially with all the trick words. There doesn't appear to be any anomalies here. So there is a unlockable photo just for looking at that. So let's see here. What is this here? This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access, copy them to your disposable drive and plug it directly into the thin client. Don't copy them. Ray is working on setting up a proxy mail server so we can have a remote connection and have to worry about the higher-ups. Keep everything offline until then. How about the first meeting notes? Okay. So, diving into the nitty-gritty. Test cases for a new genetic model. Server time optimization. Automatic data collection. Virtual machine number 2. Visual renders, audio data, environmental changes, persistent variable tampering, timestamps, parsing thought patterns, no. Doesn't look like. How about the test? File copy test from disposable drive to thin client. Systems. Oh, this is pretty random. It's a lot of files though. How about obviously Monica's there. Anything else? Saves. Nothing here to be concerned of. Traceback? Oh, so this is the one that was supposed to appear, that initially appears after Sayori perishes. This is when she deletes Sayori. In mail, doesn't seem to be the case. So we got this picture for speedrunning the special stage. That ending poem from before. Yeah, I already saw this one. Oh, this is from Monica's other poems. Okay. Okay, this is the one that appears when reading through Monica's other poems. Hmm. Yeah. That's the Monica staring at the camera graphic from before. We have not farmed for any unique special poems. We already know about this graphic. Looks very nice. We just got that. So it was so we did get enough. Okay, so we got enough to actually pass. And finish the game once and for all. And we got the unlockable image for surviving the whole weekend staring at Yuri's perished corpse without skipping at all. A lot of these are from DeviantArt. A lot of these are from DeviantArt. A lot of these are from the creator's DeviantArt, from Satchley's DeviantArt. A lot of these are from their DeviantArt, which are already there. So don't see what the point of unlocking these there when you could just go into Satchley's DeviantArt. You could just go into Satchley's DeviantArt for that. You could just go to Satchley's DeviantArt for that. So I think we're gonna cut it for now. Intermission time, so we'll be back in just a moment. Okay? Alrighty. Are we ready to delete Monika's character file and end the game once and for all? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. Whoops, wrong folder. Yep. Banished Monika to the Shadow Realm. What's happening? What's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Hurts so much. Help me. Oh, hey. We're in space. Please hurry and help me. Monika doesn't exist. Help me! Did you do this to me? Did you? Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Zako. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Ha! That was an achievement. You completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. Yeah. Goodbye, evil witch. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends, I did so many awful things, so many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. True. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Zaku, I know I said I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then... And then everybody else is returned from the Shadow Realm. And back to title screen. The smoothness gets me every time. Well, now Monika's gone and everyone else has returned from the Shadow Realm. So, we beat the game. Hey, Nago. Are you proud of me? Yeah, for what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Haha. But you never even said anything about it. Even though we walk to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing, to say loud. Come on. Please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm really not. Actually, yeah, I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo! Meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. Yep. Little does Sayori know it's gonna be her own club. We all know how that goes. Let's see. Hello? Ah! He was like, oh, what are you doing here? Well, I just... Huh. So you're the Zack that Sayori's always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Rako. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Ah, sorry, not true, okay? Okay, so, yeah, we all know who everybody is. It's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Zaku, don't tell me. You're... Yep, that's right. The club I decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Lit Club. No way. No way! Ah. Hey. Well, if Sayori's this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah! After all, Doki decided... Hey! Don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. So cute. Wow, those look amazing. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. It's delicious. This is really good. Thank you, not so okay. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. You keep a whole tea set in this room? Don't worry. Teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Hey, already trying to impress our new member, Yuri? That's not... I meant that, you know. I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a pastime, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. So, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, manga. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Anyway, what kind of literature do you read, Yuri? Let's see. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. You know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated. If you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something we have in common. Hey, Yuri. Hey. Well, about, you know, the first thing you said. Manga. That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So if Zaku wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Oh, Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it would also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He could take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Zaku? Maybe. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it'd be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you're right as well. He's right as usual. President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? That makes two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri, I have to read manga. Jeez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, that's okay. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's worthy formal literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. Not at all. I always go alone, so yeah. Me too. This is so cute. Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes. I look forward to it. Oh, we're hitting the end of the game already. And then we're going to be doing Encore mode. So exciting. I guess meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. Nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Zeko. You think so? But everyone seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori. Zaku, don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. But whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club. I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Zaku, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I want to thank you for spending so much time with us all. You worked so hard to make each and every one of us happy. You comforted us through our hard times, and you helped us all get along with each other. Do you get it? Because I'm the president now, I understand everything. You really didn't want to miss a single thing in this game, did you? You did so many save states. You created and saved and loaded so many save states just to make sure you could spend time with everyone. Only someone who truly cares about the Literature Club would go that far, but all along, that's all I ever wanted. For everyone to be happy and care about each other. It's kind of sad, you know? After all you've done for us, there isn't much I can do for you in return. We've already reached the end of the game, 100%. So, this is where we say goodbye. Thank you for playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm gonna miss you, Zaku. Come visit sometime, okay? We'll always be here for you. We'll always be here for you. We all love you. Yep. End of the game. Shoot, I should have turned on the volume for this, shouldn't I? Oh, well. This is the ending credits now, so Monica talks. The volume is faint because of copyright concerns. Yeah, copyright concerns. I'm very concerned. But yeah. Yeah. Where's the logo? That's not meant to happen. They still delete the pictures, though. The pictures still get deleted. Even when you achieve the game 100%, the pictures still get deleted. That doesn't happen in the original game. Though I do like the extra credits. And how Serenity Forge is recognized. In a way. So since I completed the main game, I think what I'm going to do... Well, since I beat the main game, we have the Encore mode next. We have Encore mode of this game next. Called, yeah, I call it, yeah, the side stories, yes. But I call it Encore mode. Because I feel like it. And its translations. Console porting? Wow. Menu.rpy exists? I didn't know that existed. And that's it. Dan says hi. Beat the main game. To the special player who received the special ending. For you, yeah. Well, the poem is still the same. Well, the message is still the same. However, it's a different font, and it's now one page, unless it's been like that. Well, it is one page now, and the font is now easier to read. And if I want to reset the game, I just have to run reset.sh to repair and reset the virtual machine. And that's it. Ooh. I'm on leave the rest of the week. Contact Ravi if you need to schedule server time, but I expect my jobs to run a few days since we collected so much data this week. However, arrange a meeting to discuss results when I return. So we unlock a picture for that too. And there's the message from earlier. And here we go. So I guess the only CGs that we have left are ones from the Encore mode. Nice. And this is the original... So this is what the chibis were originally supposed to look like. Though they do look finalized. Sayori and Yuri look kinda... finalized? Sayori and Yuri look kind of finalized, but I can see why Monika and Natsuki had to be changed. Though for here, everything is like completely normal, except Natsuki's head is changed angles, so that makes her pose more natural and candid, rather than striking a model pose. But I like the model pose better. I like this pose better. I like this pose better. I like that pose better. Though the song is there. Okay, so I guess that's just gonna do it for the main game. So I think we're gonna cut it today, and then next time we're gonna do the side stories, or encore mode, I say. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice rest of your day, everybody. Well, there will be another stream after this, a little bit. So, yeah. Though there's gonna be something else coming soon. So, thanks for watching DDLC Plus, the main game, actually. Next time we go into this, we're gonna be doing the, encore mode. So, see you next time for the DDLC Plus peoples. And, goodbye.